still saying, oh, but the Lord knows my heart, and that, oh, names don't really matter, and that, oh, it doesn't matter, we can call him whatever we want, and oh, it's okay to call him whatever we want, and oh, we can't learn the Hebrew because the Hebrew's been done away with. I suggest you seriously wake up, think again, and do not be deceived, and just know who you're calling on, who you're calling upon, and what name you're using, and what that name really means. Because I'm here and I'm showing you, I come in my Father's name and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you would receive. And this is, of course, quoting Yahuchanan, or John chapter 5, verses 43. This is the Messiah saying that. Now, as you can see, the Messiah's name in the Hebrew is Yahusha, and our Father's name right here is Yahuwah. That is the restored, set-apart Hebrew name that this channel is dedicated to restoring. Now, the reason this is so important, and the reason the Hebrew is so important, is because when you look at the Hebrew, you see the Father's name and the Messiah's name. You see the Father's name, Yah, or Yahu, according to Psalms chapter 68, verses 4, which we just read. You see that right there in his own name. And why is that so important? Is because think about it this way. My name is Chris, and that is my name. But if I go to any other nation, if I go to any other country, whether it be Spain, Portugal, Greece, wherever, my name is still Chris regardless where I am, regardless of the country I'm in, regardless of the language I'm speaking. And I've talked about this in many other of my videos. That is still my name. Yes, I know the Spanish equivalent of my name is Cristobal. However, if somebody calls me Cristobal, or if somebody approaches me and calls me Cristobal, I'm not going to respond because that is not my name. And so many people try to say that, oh, well, it's okay to call the Messiah Jesus. It's okay to call the Messiah that because it's the English equivalent, it's the Greek equivalent, and oh, it's from the Latin, and oh, well, the Messiah knows my heart, so it's okay. No, if you call him that, he's not going to answer you. He's not going to respond because that is not his name. His name is in the Hebrew. He has a Hebrew name, so therefore it would only make sense to call him by his Hebrew name. And for those of you who still think it's a cult and think that, oh, it doesn't matter, I seriously suggest you wake up and understand language. And because when you understand language and when you understand how much things have been hidden from you, then you start to understand exactly the bigger agenda and how they don't want you to know who your Father is. They don't want you to know who your Creator is. They don't want you to know who your Messiah is. They don't want you to know this stuff, and they don't want you to have a relationship with your Father. It's time to wake up now and see the truth and stop being deceived and stop being lied to by religion, by the church, by your pimp and pastor, because I bet you still tithe. It's time to seriously wake up to this stuff and see the truth that is right in front of you. And this is why the language is so important. This is why the Hebrew is so important. And for those of you who still want to sit here and say that, oh, it doesn't matter, I honestly don't know what to tell you. But for those of you who are seeking truth and authentically seeking truth and want to know the real name of our Father and the real name of our Messiah, well, then here it is. Because here I am showing you the actual Hebrew, and yes, I'm showing you the Yod-He and the Vav-He. Another way to pronounce that is the Yod-He, U-He for our Father, and that's where you get Yahuwah, and for the Messiah, it's Yod-He, Vav, and then the Shin Ayin, and that is where you get Yahusha. And as you can see right here in the Hebrew itself, not only does it match Scripture, and not only does it match what the Messiah said in John chapter 5, verses 43, when he says that he comes in his Father's name, because you see right here that both in their names, they have what? They have the same characters. They have what? The Yod, the He, and the Vav, or the U,